But I have built Leyline Coffers. This deck has been pretty gross so far. um, so I'm not of the opinion that you want to put Leyline Scion in every deck. That being said, the more I kind of think about this list and this build, the more I think it makes a lot of sense to play Leyline Scion in it, where you can pitch your Leyline to March of Wretched Sorrow. This acts as a Urborg for your Cabal Coffers, and you are also you also have Profane Tutor to like enable the consistency. The Bowmasters is not very good, so having like the better 2-drop is nice. This card kind of rules in the control decks in general. Um, I think this deck is pretty sick. I think that if you're playing these cards, you need to be able to cast Scions. So we're playing the domain stuff. So I think it also is just kind of good to play Leyline Binding's the main, which do solve some problems that Coffers kind of has in general. And then I'm playing 4 Reprieves in the sideboard so that you can cut like the pushes and the Damnation when those matchups are bad, and the Reprieves are basically always going to be good in those kind of matchups. A bit more versatile. Obviously, when you're playing a Karn sideboard, you're um, sideboard is pretty taxed. I'm also playing 1 Break the Ice, 1 Necromentia, and 1 Ashiok as like profane tutor targets post board and against some of like the more non-creature decks. Because obviously, you have creature removal game 1, need help against the non-creature decks in sideboard games. So let's get in there. And this is just kind of a classic, removal spell turn 1, profane tutor turn 2, coffers online turn 4, keeper room. My opponent's gone turn 1. Plaza of Heroes into Isimaru. I'll just push it, I guess. Felden. Should have saved my push, huh? Dude, Felden rules against March of Wretched Sorrow. No, I'm not the only one to have ever cast a Felden in Modern. The Binding Draw, yeah. Is what it is. What is happening? So any land or black card lets me march the Inti. They reveal an Adeline. I'm down to 13. Play a Sokasan and a Zergo Bellstriker. Okay, I'm just gonna get a basic swamp and then march here. I think that if I just like tutor Damnation next turn, I'm just not that likely to lose. And I just want to keep my life total as high as possible at the moment. Yeah, they're probably playing Flowering of the White Tree. That card sucks though. That card's okay. It's just like the kind of deck you have to play it in is so bad. Guess we might as well just play the ring first. Make them commit into the Damnation a bit more. Has first strike as long as it's equipped. Whenever you cast with attack with this and another legendary creature, draw a card. Cool. Mary looks like it's great in this stack. Didn't draw another land. They can Plaza into Damnation. Well, save 1 creature if they didn't draw anything. Plays an Adeline. Take 2 down to 6. I don't have to pause on my upkeep too. So this is kind of a big shoot up in mana, right? The worst case scenario, we're just playing another ring. I have 7 mana, so... Oh, I'm not playing the Edict in the sideboard. Maybe I should play the Edict in the sideboard. This is okay, no, I'll just play another ring. And probably suspend Profane Tutor unless we draw like... March of Wretched Sorrow. So there's an empty. Reveal another Mary. Perhaps don't tap ring, hands gas. Oh, it's okay to tap ring. I have another ring on the board. Hand is also not really gas. It's kind of clunky, actually. So Profane Tutor is coming off suspend next turn. Maybe getting a March, maybe getting another ring, maybe just like fixing my mana so I can cast Leyline plus Scion all in one go. So if I go Fatal Push Mary, and then play this, have 6, 7. So I guess it's short. So I guess I have to play the other Urborg, huh? Other Cabal Coffers, sorry. May actually just cast Scion of Draco for like 10. Gonna tap the ring too. So we did draw March of Wretched Sorrow, which is something I was kind of interested in tutoring for next turn. 8 Yosom Forest. Oh, cool. I think I might as well just cast this one now. Gain 4 up to 9. Was Vito Martyr performing better? Like a little bit better, but I decided to work on it some more off stream tonight. Right, Plaza can save. They're Adeline, huh? It also gets hexproof, right? So I don't even get to gain the life. Probably still grabbing the March. I could grab Sheoldred too. Let's get the Sheoldred. So play this, likely with the intention of getting a white source to cast Binding on their turn. Off of this. Do something with this card. But Cataract the Tutor and Godless in the sideboard? Maybe. I was thinking we just have the domain and we'll be able to cast this stuff sometimes. Guess I'm just grabbing Coating. But maybe I should just grab... Maybe we should just cast a Scion of Draco. Sideboard Ballista? Do we need a Ballista in the sideboard? Maybe it's okay. I like to go down a little bit on Karn targets in this deck, typically. EN0 makes Adeline useless. Yeah, I mean, Adeline's already not doing that much. Yeah, Scion Sheoldred combo. So yeah, we're kind of, usually pre-boarded for creature decks. May just run it back. I could bring in the explosives, but probably just better to have it for Karn. Wishable Domain, or are they fixing Chromatic Star, Chromatic Ori? Maybe Ori. I do just like love Chromatic Ori for some reason. Interesting hand. It's like not a bad Coffers hand. Probably on the draw against an aggro deck we mulligan. Okay, then this hand rules. I'm using my mana on my first 2 turns, so I'm just gonna put back the Backstreet. What's wrong with putting back the Backstreet? Well, it's Swamp, so if they get rid of my Leyline Binding, we're not just super cooked, I guess. Yeah, Ori also draws a lot of cards. I'm kind of down for an Ori. Could like main deck the 4th ring, and then Karn for Ori. Card for Ring's pretty important though, I guess. So, yeah, Leyline is castable. Not super easily, but you can cast it. Alright, let's take this turn to suspend the Profane Tutor, and next turn we can tutor plus push, and probably tutoring for a Scion. Combo seems pretty good against them. So no haste creature to flip Kithian. Why is Ori good? Lets you like go like grab it with Karn, then use it to cast Leyline immediately. And if you have Leyline in play, Ori lets you draw 5 cards a turn with it. Seems kind of interesting. Yeah, then we could also play Door to win the game with our Ori. Probably not. May just be 2 run over here. Don't have Revolt for the push. I guess I can. So they're going to flip this into a card that does nothing, I guess. I'll push the Ragavan, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, actual Isamaru. So I'm down to 4 life. This is flipped. I have to get the Scion, I think. I guess I could get a ring. No, this is even... So I get Scion, I block this, gain 8, and I guess I'm exactly dead. Or no, I'm 1 over dead because of the Adling attack. No, the Damnation loses the game. This is indestructible. This can still attack. I'm just going to get the ring. Then maybe I could just get 2 Scions, or I could tutor for Scion next turn and like find a removal spell, or tutor for another ring next turn, maybe. Just see what we draw. Draw Scion. Okay, so yeah, just tutor. Put 2 Scions in play next turn. Ring then Sheoldred. Yeah, maybe Sheoldred at this point. Scion protects it, and I get to gain the life. Yeah, we could go Karn for bridge too if we had enough mana. Profane Tutor rules. Just gets you any card. Yeah, Golden Ring actually does look really good. Should have been 5-color card. Yeah, let's go for the Sheoldred line. Seems kind of unbeatable. Okay, so Scion first, in case they have any removal. So we have 2 gigantic lifelinkers with First Strike and Hexproof and Trample and Vigilance. Then we get to also just gain 4 right here. Wonder if they have any outs. Yeah, Sheoldred also has First Strike Death Touch. Good point. Gix failed, I shall not. Hers is Ruinous Blast. I'll do it. I keep my ring in my Sheoldred. So give the Adeline Indestructible. Cast the Ragavan. So just double block the token. Do I die if they have a removal spell for the token? Whatever. They don't have it. But they can give Adeline Indestructible on defense, so I can't really attack with my Sheoldred super well. Oh, I guess it also just still has Indestructible. Can't really lose this game, though. I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm just gonna put both Leylines in play, despite me being able to hold one to pitch. Too bad no Nykthos is in this deck. Wonder how many matchups I suspend Profane Tutor on turn 2 instead of Scion. Maybe just like Yawg. Or sorry, just Tron. I said Yawg because that's probably what they're playing after playing Verdant Catacombs on turn 1. Might still actually suspend this Profane Tutor though. Did I forget to put the needle in the sideboard? I went a little bit overboard on not having Karn targets. So I usually don't do this. It's kind of okay. I should have a needle though. Yeah, it can be scam. I just want to be able to get something disruptive for Yawg if it's Yawg here. So there, okay, it says another domain deck. Should have known. So not going to tutor for Coffers next turn. So I drew one. Does Scion go more less than 50%? Less than 50%. It has to make sense. And like, just, you know, it just has to make sense. It doesn't make sense in a lot of decks. Okay, so maybe I'll just tutor for another Scion since double Scion is, plus the Leyline is so tough for Goryo's to beat. Well, it's worse against this build because they can just find 2 bindings. Probably cast Karn this next turn and grab a Nihil Spellbomb. But what will we tutor with the Profane Tutor is still a question mark, I guess. I can also grab Sundering Titan with Karn, maybe. I think I'm just grabbing another Scion, but this turn I'm gonna go Karn for Nihil Spellbomb. Because the 8/8 first strike trample blocking is just so good against them. They binding my Nihil Spellbomb, I'll just let that happen, so maybe I can Karn it back later. Let's go to Dothy. What is this doing in your deck, in your main deck opponent? What is that doing there? Come on, brother. Which Brew with Starfield the next Leyline Scion Draco. We've played Enchantress Leyline Scion and it's really good. I would not recommend putting Starfield of Nyx in your deck probably. But I like the Enchantress deck. Yeah, I don't think you want to play Scion as a Karn target. Can they pitch another Dothy Voidwalker? I guess I could Nihil Spellbomb myself and then grab Scion with Karn and cast it. Ephemerate, okay. Shock's in the Overgrown Tomb. So I have 5 mana this turn. Let me attack first. I think I'm just going to plus the Karn. Cast my Sheoldred. Might as well target the Nihil Spellbomb too. Stonebrain Goryo's. I mean, they have an Ephemerate Rebound. Then you just let them get the Sheoldred. I have Nihil Spellbomb in play, so Goryo's not currently doing anything. They have no creature in the graveyard that's Goryosable. Let's just cast the Sheoldred. Up a game. So usually we're going to be bringing in like the Reprieves and cutting the pushes and the Damnation, and then this is probably a match where we also... Maybe we'll play more than 0 marches. But likely not that many. We're getting the Necromentia and the Ashiok. Also thinking that like you probably bring in Spellbomb or Stonebrain. Could be a good matchup to bring in the Stonebrain. A little bit worse on the draw. I think I need that Nihil Spellbomb as a Karn target though. I also have Leyline Binding, so I don't think I want to play any marches. Let's bring in the Sundering Titan. I think play 1 Damnation maybe still. Probably not. Alright, Stonebrain it is. really like having all the reprieves because like one of my biggest issue with coffers and why I like the no coffers mana base is or the build is that you get to play a sideboard, and not having a sideboard in your deck with all these removal spells is brutal, or as much of one. I wouldn't play Dark Soul Citadel. Okay, on the draw. I have two of these again. Kind of awkward with the Sundering Titan. Not that big a deal. Let's keep. Depends on a mold of 5 on the play at the moment. Playing 4-color Gorios, 5-color Gorios. My kingdom for a Nykthos. Oof. Keeps the card on top. See what we do with our Shadowy Backstreet. You never know if you don't go. Love for them to besage you, man. Tainted Indulgence. Discards a Pick Your Poison. Very funny. Shocks and Godless Shrine. Steampunk Scholar? Maybe? Maybe Teferi. Teferi would be really gross because of my Profane Tutor. They instead played nothing. We'll cycle this end of turn. If I tutor Cabal Coffers, can I cast Sundering Titan next turn? Yeah, Steam Core Scholar. I should know that card. I won my RCQ with it over the weekend. When is our season? May? I can't remember. We'll see what we draw off the Zagoth Triome. It'll influence what I tutor. At the moment, I'm kind of inclined to tutor Karn, assuming that they didn't sandbag a Teferi or find a Teferi off this. You also won your RCQ the card. Were you playing Dimir? Yeah, that card rules though, for sure. End of May into June. No, I think Archaeologist is better. They played in this build sometimes because they don't have the density of instants and sorceries if they're playing Leyline Scion. So this makes tutoring Karn worse. Could maybe just grab the ring. Okay. So yeah, why don't I just go ahead and grab the other coffers? Or a second coffers, and then I can just Stonebrain this turn. Maybe I can I Stonebrain and ring? Can't play and pop Stonebrain and pop the ring. I think I'm just gonna cast the ring, actually. Maybe I should, if I was gonna do that, maybe I should have grabbed something else. I don't know, the extra coffers was pretty nice. And stopping this from being discarded is really nice, too. Would you play the deck you won your RSQ with on stream? I know it's not my because you pilot. That's the thing about this stream, is I just am not that interested in being like, here's a deck I didn't do any work on, and I found from my friend Amaz, who built this awesome Sultai deck. I'm going to play it. I don't know. I played the deck for like 9 matches. I like to know what I'm talking about on stream. I like to have like ideas we can talk about and share. I think this stream is interesting because I'm always trying to do something new. I'm trying to innovate. I'm trying to play something new that I've worked on. Obviously, like the Steam Core Scholar deck is a little bit unique too, but I don't know. It's just I don't like to do stuff just to do it, and I'm not as interested, I guess. Wow, Evangelical Synthesis, very cool. Wow, this deck rules. All on this card. Deck is broken. I know I'd love to play. Oh, you have 3 hearses on the board. Maybe I wouldn't love to play against you. Okay, your MF, your deck tech is 404ing, so if you can get me a working link, we'll take a look. I somehow missed that Doom also won an RCQ this weekend. Yeah, this card seems nice in this deck. I like this card too a lot. Always had a soft spot for it. Looks good. Kind of surprised no bats. Maybe he just doesn't draw cards, but bats with the counters and the lifelink seems nice. Maybe could be in the sideboard. Caleb won one. Awesome. Cool. Cool. I have Jarvis and the Guster right now, Doom. But if you want to sleep on the couch, you can sleep on the couch. I graciously offer you the couch. Okay, it was a long tank for Leyline. Layla, how is this the turn after that tank? Kind of funny. Okay, goodbye to your lands, opponent. Maybe you can have some next game. Although if they kill my Sundering Titan, I guess I only have to destroy one land, right? Because this is all types. It's not actually that big of a combo. Batman Grand Prodigy, Airbeams and Locos. Okay, cool. Just figured I'd offer. Right, this should be pretty good. Not Snipe, 6 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I'm just gonna name Gorya's Vengeance. Huh. Okay. My opponent has no Gorya's Vengeances in their deck. I thought for sure the I thought for sure the Shadow Prophecy domain deck was Goryo'sing in this metagame. Instead they're on the Liliana train. On the bright side, looks like we can't lose. I think I keep the new ring, could keep the old ring too, probably. Charles could be better. I'm gonna keep the Reprieve up. Opponent's only win cons Grief and Scion. Yeah, I guess so. Why'd you decide to run Karn in this deck when you said you liked having the sideboard slots in mono black decks? So I wanted to try Leyline Scion in specifically with Cabal Coffers, right? Like I don't want to play this in non-coffers. Leyline Scion is interesting because it turns on Cabal Coffers. If you're going to play this card, you should be playing this card. If you're going to play this card, you should be playing Karn. But I think what I really like the mono black no coffers deck because you don't have the inconsistencies with Cabal Coffers. You get to play a real sideboard, but it's just kind of the two lists are converging a lot or diverging a lot rather. It's just not exactly comparing this list to like the list that we're 12-1 with the no coffers list. It just at this point it almost feels like the two decks are too dissimilar to really compare too much, if that makes sense. But if you're playing Urborg, you should play Karn, right? Like it's like the best payoff to Karn. Like Karn is good in the coffers deck, but the Karn has this big downside of playing all these removal spells. You don't have the pushes, or you have all these removal spells. You don't have the sideboard to take them out. Okay, I'll keep this. I have a surveil land in my deck. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the artifact count being low, but you can kind of count Asmo as an artifact because it gets you an artifact to trigger the Gadgeteer. I think that the list looks pretty good. I'm a little dubious on the Moon Snare prototypes, but I think they make enough sense to me where you can ramp into your threes a bit easier. That I'm not super against it. It could be better as Springleaf Drum. I don't know if I buy that either. The channel getting discounted by Gadgeteer is also kind of real. It taps to the clue. Yeah, I think I'm on board with Moonsnare. I think the main deck looks great. I don't think at least let me look at the mana base a little bit. You're not playing a Haywire Might? Should probably have a green source for Haywire Might. I think I might like to also play the first Springleaf Drum. You have a lot of threes with only 21 lands. We also have the four. We should kind of have 24 lands. But I don't know. I just might like to get the Springleaf Drum in the main over like Fourth Unearth probably. 20 lands with 4 Saga. We also have 4 of the Moon Snares, so more mana sources. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the Fourth Unearth for a Springleaf Drum. Probably cut Odawara for a green source. Green blue probably. Breeding Pool. Oh, it's gonna be Twiddlestorm? I guess not Twiddlestorm if they have the Breeding Pool. Oh, wow. Teamer Storm. Okay. I'm feeling not great. Didn't draw a spell. Mantex, 27 months. Godless Shrine! Awesome. Yeah, one Haywire Might. There's a lot of bone shards. I don't really know what these bone shards are trying to get. I don't know what these prismatic endings are trying to get. It's like a lot of those like removal spells. I always kind of like Ceremonious Rejection. I feel like Karn is popular. You need to have a lot of sideboard cards for Titan. That's probably your worst matchup. Be playing like 2 Ashioks probably. Maybe 3 Ashioks. 3 Ash Reaction. A Might is okay. 3 Ashioks, 2 Mights maybe. At least 2 Ashioks, maybe 3. Don't know if I love these Teferis either. I want more Graveyard Hate in the sideboard too at the moment. Graveyard Hate's so good. Did my opponent just Gigantha into their hand? Keck W. Can't force a negation this. They have Gigantha. Yeah, I'd also play Nihil Spellbomb over Soul Guide Lantern at the moment, especially in this deck. Okay, a spell. That's in Teamer Prowess, what makes it better. I saw that I had high win percentage. I mean, Prowess is pretty good. I kind of like that green-red Storm deck I play, though. I feel like that's like the superior version of Prowess that nobody plays because nobody knows how to play it. Is like my honest truth about Prowess. Is that the green-red Storm deck is the best way to build that deck, and it is kind of a weird list, so people don't gravitate towards it. But I don't know, Questing Druid is really good in that archetype, and it tend to struggle against like living in specifically, so that helps some. Been kind of meaning to play like more traditional Prowess, but Prowess is good. You have a lot of card advantage. Questing Druid, Iteration, Breach, got Fast Clock, Inevitability with Breach. Kind of not a lot to like dislike. Gigantha to the hand. Discard Gigantha. Put Gigantha in the yard, opponent. Do it. They really don't want to. Oh, they discard Ground Rift. Oh, so I just realized they're doing that thing. The Rot Priest. Although I should have known because Rot Priest is pretty visible here. Yeah, I think I'm down to just Scion with double removal spell up here. Got one of Safi and green black roots, randomly decent for roots value, enables infinite with Soul Cauldron. Main two being Bowmaster and Sack Outlet for infinite damage, or Bowmaster plus roots for infinite pings. Very cool, Glint. I like the thought a lot. I'm a big Safi fan. Back when I played, like I used to be just an EDH player, and when I was just an EDH player, I played. Well, I had a really competitive deck that was an Oloro deck, and I had like a mid tier deck that was Safi, and then I had just like a precon Atraxa deck. Apparently Atraxa was nuts. So I can't quite march this. I'm kind of worried about this like tapping for 3 mana next turn. I'll go ahead and Binding. If we find a Coffers, we can just exile Rot Priest. Oh, they also have Grape Shot in their deck. Maybe, I don't know if we should do that. So another removal spell. So I'm going to attack my opponent for... I guess what I'll do is I'll just cast another Scion with the intention of Karn plus on my ring to present lethal next turn, kind of like surprise lethal, because they'll think they have one more turn here. The Leyline Scion Doom play last week, it might be good. It's like just hard to say, is it optimal? Like looking at Doom's like Leyline Scion Tronless, like the first thing that jumped out to me is like they're an Oblivion Stone Leyline Scion deck. Playing all those Oblivion Stones to me seemed like a lot of tension. But it could be good. But is it? I would kind of just like to see Oblivion Stone cut from the deck, maybe, or like just a one of like Karn target. Okay. Is Ulek Shadow solid in the meta? So I want to challenge. I think the deck sucks. I don't know. It's probably better than Murktide because like you don't have to play Ragavan, but I don't know. Not like just like these kind of strategies are so soft to Leyline Scion. Maybe if you're playing a bunch of what's it called? It's okay. So the Summoner's Pact for a Rot Priest. We have another Summoner's Pact for another Rot Priest. Can they beat 2 removal spells here? Or is that was a breached Summoner's Pact? So they're gonna die next turn if they can't win here. 3 Hibernation assume for the Leyland side. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Bounce all your non-land permanents. Okay, then they cast a Ritual. They still have the Ground Rift in the yard. 5 cards in their hand. One thing I don't see in all of this are protection spells for the Rot Priest. It doesn't say non-land. Yeah, but Leyline doesn't turn lands into all colors, so it is non-lands. There's not going to be any green lands still. I do think a lot of people think Hibernation bounces all of your opponent's lands, but it does not. Interesting that they went for 3rd Summoner's Pact. Maybe they have Manamorphose. Oh, they get Wild Cantor, so they can just play 3 Rot Priests. If you have enough Storm, you don't need protection. No, you can just respond to the Storm trigger by killing the Rot Priests. How much 3-mana unsummon? Well, it bounces the Leyline too, and then bounces anything else you have in play. Is Boyle like the most goated sideboard card imaginable against all these Leylines? I don't know about. So like one thing is, it's like if you're bringing it's my deck, and then I just don't have Leyline in this game. Your Boyles do nothing. I guess they can kill my Zagoth Triome. It's kind of awkward. Can't beat 3 Rot Priests. Yeah, I think I lose the 3rd Rot Priest plus Ground Rift. But they didn't pact for the 3rd Rot Priest. They pacted for the Wild Cantor. They're making green with the Cantor. Okay, so where is this targeting? This is targeting me. So I just need to kill the Rot Priest before these targets go on the stack. So I just go, wait, push. Ping, ping. Dude, Rot Priest Storm sucks. I always get confused when I cast March or Wretched Sorrow too. Just gonna do max life gain in case they have like second Grape Shot. I may die to second Grape Shot here, right? Because they just target me for like 11, and then they, oh yeah, I guess they just cast Grape Shot again and kill me. Don't they win? Yeah, I mean, I lose the game if I let these targets go on the stack. Like, I can't let the Storm trigger resolve or I lose. So I guess I lose anyways. Cool. Game 2. Okay, dead right now. Nah, not quite short. So I don't want the Damnation. Binding seems nice. If I had not used my Binding, maybe we would have won that game. This seemed like it was like -3 mana for them, though. Not sure we'd Necromentia because they can kill me with Grape Shot or Rot Priest. Don't know if this is a good card against them. Probably not great. Um, Cutting the Sheoldred seems pretty reasonable. I'm gonna keep in the marches. Bring a couple Reprieves. Leyline Draco Legacy was using broadside bombardiers. Don't have to good. Got a good laugh. I mean, sounds fun. I have wished that card would be in legal and modern for a while. Ashiok seems good. Seems slow. Killable. I guess stopping Summer's Pact. I don't know. Worried about them attacking it. Gotta keep this one. That's pretty good. Makes Ashiok good. I mean, it's very good against Titan. That's kind of why I have it in the sideboard. People love to bring in Ashiok in every matchup. It's a card I always dread registering for a stream. Despite I have to play it a lot right now because there's a lot of Titan, but people just want to bring it in every matchup. It might be good here, but like you just play like against Murktide and people like bring in Ashiok, and at least you get to teach people to not do that. But uh, it's just like surgical. It's like people just like always want to bring it in. What do you think about the win of Titan this weekend? I mean, Titan's a great deck. It has always been a great deck, and it will always be a great deck because the Titan players do something that every other archetype doesn't do, is they lobby against their own deck. They win their tournaments and then they immediately go online to describe how awful and unplayable their deck is at any given time. It's it works. Leyline is good deciding against Leyline's fine against Murktide, yeah. Kind of depends on what you're playing, but turning off their Murktides and their Channelers, and especially if you have like Sheoldred, and then all of a sudden you have Leyline, and they just can't kill your Sheoldreds because they can't heat them. Gets better too. I think you can bring in Nihil Spellbomb and Leyline of the Void against Murktide and Hearse, and those cards are good. And like Soul Guide Lantern, Tormod's Crypts aren't. Yeah, always downplay your main. Good Murktide making the finals. Congrats to them. Murktide still sucks. Let's get the other Triome just in case they kill my Leyline. It's Beseiju? Beseiju doesn't do a ton here. Maybe I should cast the ring first. I might Beseiju my coffers. I think a card like Teferi's Protection would be a problem if printed in Modern. Teferi's Protection would probably not be playable. Alright, let's get the show on the road a little bit here. Okay, you're gonna take 4? No, we're thinking about it some more in the blocker step. Now we're made it to the damage step. And I cast my One Ring. Terra Sunder, I guess. People love to play Terra Sunder. Now they besiege my coffers. Let's go. Three mana Gigantha in hand. Okay, probably taking game 2. Return. Guess I would just march Gigantha instead of reprieving it. Resolves. Hard for them to grape shot me when I'm at 29. Not impossible. Do you need to go so hard on Urborg with Leyline? We're only playing 3 Urborgs. I can't remember if I updated the Mox field. I'll reprieve a spliced Desperate Ritual here. We win if we draw Karn. Sheoldred. Karn only before we tap the ring because we can plus. Okay, a little late on the Karn. So can I go Stonebrain? If I Stonebrain their Grape Shots, how much mana do I have left over? 1. It's kind of it's not that much. I'll just grab a Nihil Spellbomb. Seems like they won't be able to grape shot me for uh 31 while also not having access to Underworld Breach. Yeah, I don't have a Ballista. Don't think it's that important, but you could play a Ballista, I guess. Get lifelink with the Scion. I just kind of like to have a lot of sideboard slots with all these fatal pushes. I think Coffer players in general don't play enough like real sideboard cards. All right, Desperate Ritual. Oh right, I cut the Sheoldred. It's fine. Manamorphose. Be pretty impressed if they could win from here. One of their 6 cards after the Manamorphose is still, unfortunately for them, Gigantha. Abundant Harvest. Finds a Veil of Summer. That could help them here. I do have Leyline Binding still. Don't see a lot of point in drawing a card. I guess you could draw a Reprieve. I guess they also don't really need the extra mana that I know they have Veil. Veil stops under Binding Leyline. Oh no, Veil stops binding. Fuck. Okay. Thankfully they couldn't beat the Nihil Spellbomb. Do I want more Reprieves because of the Veils? I don't know. They don't seem like that impactful. They seem actually okay. Their deck is just so clunky. I could like push, Reprieve my own push again. Opponent's on the mold to 6. We have a Leyline, so we have to keep. Wouldn't Veil stop the Spellbomb? Okay, maybe we should have lost that game. I think I put back Karn. Kind of close. Can find it again with Profane Tutor if that's what we want. Find a Stomping Ground off their Abundant Harvest. Spellbomb still all colors if it isn't in play. It should be, I would think so. Every day I become more convinced you can just throw Leyline Scion, Binding, and anything and improve the deck. I'm becoming very not convinced that that's the case. Like I think the Esper Goryo's deck with Leyline Scion is like significantly worse than the build without it. I think in this deck it just makes a lot of sense because Leyline turns on Coffers, and also just kind of synergizes with the deck's plan. I think this is a deck where it makes a lot of sense to me, but I am not a it goes in every deck kick W truther at the moment. So I can get second Godless Shrine here and like just complete my domain with the last fetch. Also, like this deck has March, so you can pitch like drawn ley lines to March, which is like also kind of an important requirement for a deck like this. That drawn ley lines are not super dead. You can also cast it sometimes. Hard to cast though. Yeah. Also like this is this even an improved Coffers deck? I don't know. It's a different direction, but yeah, I know we're like 2-0 and going to game 3 against a bad Storm deck, but so we haven't proven that this is the best Coffers build either. Is it really worth losing the fields for Leyline Sign? Yeah, that is a very real question. Is it worth it? Fields are really good at the moment. But I also kind of feel like the no Coffers deck is the better field deck anyways. So you can kind of like diverge the two decks more. Cast a Rot Priest, so I won't be able to Binding and Reprieve this turn. Second Urborg. Any other decks that can play field? Yeah. I feel like the mono white field shell is pretty interesting. Yeah, I think Profane Tutor. To me, it feels pretty mandatory. 1 poison. She get that into him. So I'm going to go end of turn binding, see what happens. They did shock in the steam vents, so they're implying that they have something to do with it. They have spell pierce. I feel like they would spell pierce this, and so I'm probably just going to tutor the 1 ring, since it seems like they can't combo with a ring in play, since Rot Priest and Grapeshot both target. If they just really like, if they have spell pierce into combo somehow or something like that, then we can lose. Castable Leyline. Not that it matters a lot at the moment. Good thing EDH players would complain about Rot Priest saying each opponent. So it just says target opponent. Casted a Narcomancer. Into Ritual. Into Gigantha. Keck W. Okay, I mean, I don't know. The card. Here's a 5/5. Draw 2. So certainly pushing. Yeah, taking 5, I guess. Could get Grapeshotted to death here. Plays Misty Rainforest. Sacks Misty Rainforest. Untap Stomping Ground down to 11. Down to 5 minutes on their clock. 2 mana. Reprieving any 2 mana spell, I think. Especially that one. Ooh, pretty good. Ah! I've already played their land this turn. Let's let this go. Then Reprieve the Breach. Should stop them from really doing much, because they breach again, they can cast like a Narcomancer, then they can't do anything else. They have another Manamorphose in their hand. Well, very close to doing something else. How the Punch deck do? Not that well. I know it's exciting. I want to keep working on it. Not one I've given up on yet. So down to 6. Another ring is so good here. Okay. Didn't draw another land, but almost definitely going Thoughtseize, second ring, March for a bunch. So let's go Thoughtseize first. Probably take this one, huh? See if we draw a land. Could also play Scion. I think I'll just gain maximum life here. Do I get rid of this push? Yeah, sure. Gain 10. Say go. Top deck's a Manamorphose. Made white mana with the Manamorphose. By the land. So let's grab that Nihil Spellbomb and then just cast 2 Scions. I can plus on the ring for lethal next turn. Okay, let's get a trophy prediction going. Let's keep the nuts, although we are on the draw. How'd you rate this deck versus mono black non-coffers? At this point, the 2 decks are like so different. It's not that doesn't make that much sense to compare them. Like this is a Leyline Scion Karn Coffers deck, and the other one is like a Liliana the Veil, Dothi Voidwalker, Grief Scam, Field of Ruin, Sunken Citadel deck. Like they're just so different. Um, but they're good. They're both good. We're 12-1 with that the non-conference deck. It top eighted several events over the weekend. The Liliana version, which is awesome. Like the deck's doing very well. We're still kind of early into our exploration with this build. Netic with the 11 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I think they're this consider. They're like a little ways from casting the shadow, or either shadow. Drown can be played around pretty well. Well, if I crack my fetch for a Surveil land, then the Drown is a lot more online. They graveyard another Drown, so they hand a Shadow, Drown, mystery card. Show another March, which is less than ideal. I think I'm pretty forced to grab a Surveil land here. What's wrong with graveyard Thoughtseize, which turns on the Drown? Guess we can Thoughtseize it, maybe. Sure. So Shadow, 3 cards in their hand. Okay. 2 cards left. Oh, 3 shadows, wow. Hopefully they don't draw 3 marches versus 3 shadows. Man, my draw was so good. If I just on the play, I get to like Thoughtseize their Thoughtseize is what it is. Ah, they drew a fetch land. Tough. Okay. I take 4, or it's at 8 down to 10 rather. The last card is also a spell, probably, which is not good. Hopefully it's like a Fatal Push. I will March a Shadow on their upkeep and try to stay at 10. It's Bowmasters? Sure. Pretty good. I wonder if they should ping themselves. Maybe I should have let them target. They ping me. Attacking me for 6 down to 7. Need them to brick, and we need to draw land probably. One of those 2 steps was draw land. Let's see if their draw was a brick. Why no Edict? You just don't need it that much in this deck because you have your own Scion Leyline. And you have Leyline Binding for their Leyline, so you just don't really need it. Don't really want more 2s when you have 4 Profane Tutors and all these Scions also. It's helpful. So I can go for Ensnaring Bridge next turn. Ensnaring Bridge that the Bowmaster can still attack through, I guess. Ping down to 6. Profane Tutor is interesting. Seems like I gotta be on this Ensnaring Bridge plan. Don't really see much other avenue. Did they draw a counterspell of some kind? Hopefully just 2 Fatal Pushes in their hand. Fatal Push Thoughtseize. Don't have a Scion in the sideboard. I think you should just main deck them. Have Odawara? Odawara would be good. Second Bowmaster? Probably second Bowmaster. Push their Orc army. And then cast second Bowmaster so that they can attack for 1 extra. Good play, I think. They have to kill the Karn, though, so they're only going to put me to like 5. Then we should be able to get our hand empty and just not tap this ring for a little bit. The Seismic Creativity deck was good. We played 1 league, went 3-2. I'd play it again, yeah. A lot of good top decks here. Opponent's drawn a castable spell. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Take my Profane Tutor. So now I don't have a guaranteed out. Do actually have to top deck now. Pretty relevant cards for them to have, but at least we're alive. Yeah, can't tap the ring. We can draw a ring. We can draw a Sheoldred. We can draw a Karn. We can draw a March. We can draw... Can't draw Scion. Only 2 more looks. I guess if we brick, we also get to tap the ring looking for March. Although we only have 2 Marches left in the deck. We've also drawn Profane Tutor that last turn, but now it's going to be too slow. Or is it? It's not going to be too slow because we could, if we draw it this turn, we could still tutor March. But next turn it'll be too slow. You'll die to bow if you tap. Not if I draw a March off the ring. Which is why I'm going to tap it now. Nope. Okay. Game 2. Bummer. We even if we like did brick this hard, they also had to have Thoughtseize or a counterspell from our Profane Tutor, which stinked. Thought we were going to get that one. We were kind of pre-boarded for these kind of matchups. Not going to really change it very much. Seems fine. Let's run it back. Oh, 1 March is left. Was the exiled 1. Right. I guess we kind of just drew them all earlier. I mean, still, we just have to tap the ring there. Okay, on the play. With a keep. Consider Shadow, Dress Down, Preordain, Sheoldred's Edict. I think I'll take the Edict. Let Scion top decks be live, have them not have the answer to the Karn. Could make a pretty good case for like Preordain, but they also have the Consider to like smooth out this draw. Yeah, I did consider playing Shadow Prophecy. I decided against it. I feel pretty content with the choice to not play it. Where did they would go for Consider over Preordain? I don't know if they like drew Spell Pierce or something. I feel like I'd want to lead on Preordain and just have a bunch of instants up after turn 1. You're so preoccupied whether you could jam Scion Leyline and everything. Okay, everybody else is jamming Scion Leyline and thing. I'm only doing it in decks that it makes sense in at the moment. Like this is look, it's turning Cabal Coffers on. We can pitch to March. This is a good Leyline Scion deck. I'm not putting it in everything. I know everybody else is and me being around, but I'm actually just trying to like see which list it actually improves. What a top deck, dude. Certainly keeping that. Do I play it now? Yeah, I think just having a bigger March up is correct. Is Binding playable with Coffers without Leyline? I mean, I guess, but you should probably have this package in the deck if you want to play Leyline Binding. Yeah, I did consult on Assassin's Creed. So we're gonna lose our Karn. I hope that they play Shadow and I march it and they think they can save it with Dress Down, then it'll die on their end step. That would be nice. 2 on the bottom with the Preordain. Draw another Leyline of the Guildpact. Nice tech. So I think I'm just going to go untap. Just play around Spell Pierce. I hope that they think Dress Down saves the Shadow here. This does not work. It's going to die on your end step. Needle Plague, 4 months, welcome back. Sideboard made for sideboard plus main deck Archon instead of Karn. Well, the thing is, Karn costs 4 mana and Archon costs 8, but I've played a lot of Archon Coffers decks too. It's something you can do. So yeah, they have no known cards in hand, 4 fresh ones over there. They still have this Brazen Borrower ready to be cast. Is Leyline Scapeship viable? It hasn't like looked particularly good, but maybe. I think it's better to counterspell because at least March is like a live top deck. Not sure. Oh, they can't drown the Scion. So I think I should save this. I know they have Dismember, so not much point to casting it. But if I can just draw if I can draw a Triome or fetch land for a Triome, then I can set up for cast Leyline at the Guildpact, which I would assume that they would just let resolve, and then I can cast Scion, which can't be drowned. 2 on top, 0 on bottom is bad news again. One has Dismember, Drown, 2 mystery cards. I'm down to 18. Hopefully my plan works. Okay. Leyline offers redundant jars, redundant creature removal. Yeah, but also like don't let you play extra lands. There's bad top decks. Just kind of awkward in your critical mass deck, but you can play it. It won't stop you. So I guess we Thoughtseize first. Wait, can I not cast it like this? Why not? Okay, weird. They probably just drown this now, though. They're smart. They'll figure it out. Oh, never mind. Not smart. Nice drown. Nice Dismember. Still, they can Dismember something like their own thing, maybe, to like grow their shadow. Wait, am I just dead if they attack with everything? Oh, I'm dead if they attack with everything. They just Dismember whatever I block. If I don't block the shadow. I guess I could block the shadow and then lose to the drown unless I draw another Scion or a March, but even another Scion. Yeah, they have to see the line. I mean, they're spending some time thinking about it. Shadow players love this line. It's exactly lethal, too. Oh! I guess this also works. Okay, Dimir Shadow broken, Just Down broken. Maybe, looks look pretty good. No trophy from us. Not this league. Let's get a 4-1 prediction going, though. Gets an imposing Thoughtseize deck. Takes my Fatal Push. Go for the Surveil land here. Oop. Guess I should have responded. Just up against normal scam, it looks like. Could be kind of awkward. Well, I'll just keep that on top. I'll go ahead and fetch basic Swamp this turn so that my opponent has Blood Moon. I still have Domain. And, and black. Suspend. Pass turn. So no 3-drop this turn. Second Voidwalker, though. So now I'm probably tutoring Damnation, which is maybe bad if they have an Undying effect. Gonna hit for 6 next turn, down to 9. Maybe we could draw something relevant this turn. Nope. Should I cycle? If I cycle, I'm like committed to shocking, which puts me down to like 7 effectively. But I could also like just draw like a Coffers or something else that would like influence my tutor decision. Scion also could influence it. Because now I could just tutor a second Scion and then take 6, then take 6, then 2, 12. I would be dead to a Bowmaster or a Bolt if I did that. Or another Scion. So now we're locked in on Damnation. Feels somewhat likely. They have an Undying effect in their hand. I don't know what we're supposed to do about it. Oh. No Bowmasters. NT, Keck W. Maybe they're on the Liliana tech. Wait, I get to class both these this turn. Evil laugh. Sheoldred patch update. Your turn. Coffers is like so much better in this build. Having the extra Urborgs. Okay, they scam their NT. They don't have that last turn, I guess not. Then they deadly dispute? Ooh. Then they lose 4. And then they're dead if they have nothing. And there's not a lot they can have. Quickly up a game. Going to game 2. Probably just going to run it back. Just kind of pre-boarded for creature matchups. Also, eye update. We've been going for almost 5 hours, and my eye feels totally normal. I've been spending a lot of time outside, and I've been offline a lot more, just trying to get things back to normal. Been feeling a lot better. Probably keeping this on the draw against Scam. It's hard to mulligan too aggressively. Puts on the mull to 5. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, CFT Sock is like one of the best brewers of all time, and I saw the trophy with the control build of Jeskai Lamplight. Okay, yeah, the carrot placebo. I've been eating a lot more carrots, a lot more vegetables. I'm thinking Inti. I've also lost like 15 pounds in like the last couple months, which has been good. Don't really have much more to lose. Like 5 or 10 more max, but don't really need to. Been a good year so far. Yeah, Leyline down. Inti and Scam is co-op. They're playing like a sack build, I think. Let's go for the Triomes here. So the hand is Lightning Bolt, Undying Effect, Mystery card. So I'm likely just going to plus Karn next turn since they have the Bolt. Maybe I'll just play Sheoldred. Sure. Yeah, I did buy a weight bench. I also have a gym membership, but it's a bit easier at home sometimes. That I've been kind of like hesitant to use because I've been just kind of dieting kind of hard. So, but now I've kind of like I've plateaued a little bit. I've kind of hit like near the bottom of the weight I can lose. I think I'm just gonna start lifting and get healthier that way. I've been walking a lot. Walking's been so nice. Okay. I don't really want to block with the Sheoldred. I'll just grab a ring. Let them bolt my Karn. Attack with the Sheoldred too. Gandular, I think with the Twitch Prime. Hope you're doing well. What do I bench? I don't know. I haven't really been like I haven't maxed in a long time. Back before I met Esther, I could like rep 200. Like maybe on my best day, I could rep like 210. I don't know the last time I like maxed out. Right now, I could probably rep. I don't know, 120. I've gotten a lot weaker. Tide Shape with the 5-pack. Thank you so much. If you got to give it some Tide Shape, make sure to thank him. I used to be like right before I met Esther, I was like in really good shape. I worked out all the time. I was really healthy, and then it wasn't the love that got me. It was I had like this really rough like thyroid issue. I had like this golf ball like swollen lymph node in my neck, and I lost like a ton of muscle mass, and I stopped exercising for a while. We say rep. What do you mean 1 or 10? One is not a rep. I could do like 5 sets of 5. Usually that's what I would do. I do 5 sets of 5 of everything. My friend David, who's a doctor now, but like weightlifter back then, called it the ice cream workout that he sent me. You do 5 sets of 5. You do 5 of 5 of, you know, of 5 different workouts on a day. That's what I used to do. Supreme Lurker, the 3 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, 4-1. Kind of easy. Last match there. I like this build. I'd play it again. It's going to be all for me today. We're about 5 hours in.